Hello and welcome part 8 of our USS Reuben James build 1350 scale from Academy. So if you're following along, you'll find that we painted the ship in the grey in the last video, and in this video I've decided to make some work on the helicopters, the Seahawks. Comes 2 in the kit. We've got them together here. I showed you how I'd done the black tyres and a little bit of a chrome and stuff on the missiles and a little detail there. What I've decided to do now is I've actually masked up the front window. I haven't decided yet. I've got black. I don't have black in Tamiya, but I do have Mr. Hobby. So I have black and I have semi-gloss black. I haven't even opened them yet, but the one that's more reflective is what I'm going to carefully put on there. Now I've used my Icky Sticky masking tape, the finest one I've got, just to create the windows. There's actually 2 windows with a divider in the center. So what I got to do is I'll do one half. I'll put tape one half and do that, and then I'll move the tape off and do the other half. Hopefully we'll get that piece down the center. It's very small. I'm using these micro applicator brushes. That's 1.2 millimeter. There's ones here that are 2 millimeter, and I think I've got some even smaller ones there somewhere as well. So I'll be able to work on that, including some of these brushes, these tiny ones here that they do. So that'll be useful. Now, what I've also done is I've already applied some of the panel line accent color there, and I've done that on one, so we can compare and I can show you what the difference is. So that one is done with the accent color, all right, and this one is not. So you can see that it's a bit hard to see, it's a bit small, but you can see the panel line detail has come out a little bit more with that wash on there compared to that, which is just the flat grey that the ship is. So I'm real happy with that. Not sure if I'll do any more to detail it up, but again, it's very small, but it's an improvement. So definitely just brush that on carefully. What I did was I didn't even use the brush that comes with the jar. I used one of these, touched a bit on the end, so you could just control it and just slowly put it on. I've also done the rotor as well, so you can see that's with the rotor with the wash on it, and this, even though it's folded one, you can see the difference. That's the other one. But it just brings out a bit more shadow and a bit more shadow detail on there, and it doesn't make it look so flat and bland. Yeah. So, all right, well, I will continue on and get some paint on there, and then we'll come back and have a look. I'll get the other one all panel line washed up as well, and we'll just decide if we need to do more work on them or not. Now, this darkening that I've done on this, though you can't really tell, it's so small, but this is basically the same technique I'm going to use for the ship's deck to darken it up. Same idea, but we'll see how that goes. All right, I'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. So I'm really happy with the way that's shown up and turned out. Really good. I've glued the rotors on, both from there. Probably this one I'm going to put on the ship. I think that's come up the best. We've got that nice reflection in the glass for the windows, so that's good. So yeah, I like the detail coming through, and this one also looks quite good, but there's only room for one of each, or one or the other, so we'll probably go with that. But anyway, that's the helicopters done. Fantastic. So I'm going to go and get all the towers out and so forth. I'm going to slowly go over them very lightly with this. I don't want to do them too dark, but just enough to get that little bit of detail come up on them a little bit more, because they are meant to be the same color as the rest of the ship, which is the ship's side of the hull and the walls of the superstructure. But there is some platforms I'll just show you this one here. All right, so the floor on that is going to need to be darkened up, so I'll go in there with the little brush and work my way in through there and get that a little bit darker. So yeah, Looks good. And probably do a light wash around there just to bring up the detail of where all the doors and glass is there. We've got glass on there too, but I think I'm going to leave that clear. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that yet. So, all right, I'll get tidy up here and we'll start fresh. We'll be back in a second. Okay, back again. Got all these superstructures and radars and towers and everything. I decided I'm not going to touch them with this. I'll leave that for the moment. What I want to do is the platforms of the walking areas on there. There's a little bit on there and on there. So I'm going to do them with my panel line wash. I've got some brushes set up here, and I'm just going to go through and touch all those. Yeah, and just see how they look and how dark I can get it. Might need to do a few layers, but yeah, it's a good test, especially for this one, because this one will be able to show what the result will be on the actual ship once I do on the deck. I'll get an idea. Okay, so yeah, I'll get stuck onto that and I'll show you a bit more progress as I go. Okay, welcome back with an update here, and I am so happy the way this turned out. And I've got to be careful. Last time I said that, the whole light fell down on my model, didn't it? So it's secure, I've checked. So what I did was, and you can see here, I've done the top walking area. So anywhere somebody would be walking on the platform up there, see how much darker it is? Really nice. Compared to the original color, it's darkened it up absolutely perfect, exactly how I want it. And all I've done was I've used, like I say, the panel line wash here, which I'll move across here so you can see better. Okay, just get that over there. So the panel line wash, and I used these little Icky Sticky brushes, and it's just a matter of just touching it and at the capillary effect where it just spreads out and covers the whole surface. Really nicely. You don't have to worry about it going over anything that's raised or higher. It'll only stay on that level, and that's covered over that really nice. I also did inside there, I don't know if you can see in there, but that was very narrow, the platforms in there, and basically just touching in the side and letting it spread across. Same with the lower level there. I've also done that. That's come up really well too. And also with the radar unit here, also did that, and also just the platform that dish is sitting on as well. So I'm pretty confident I can do this on the deck of the ship and it's going to look really good. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So let me move this out of the way and bring the ship over onto the bench and we'll make a start on that. Okay, so here's our ship ready to work on, and what I'll do is I'll come back as we progress through and see how it's looking. What I want to do first is make sure I just do this part here, which is going to be covered by one of those platforms with the bridge that we built, just to use that as a test area to see how that looks like when that's done. And if I'm happy with the result, I'll move through and do all of this. Okay, there's a few little touch-ups we need to do on this. The top of this is going to be white, and the top of this is the funnel here, that's going to be a flat black. So there's a few little bits and pieces of touch-up on there, but I really want to work on this deck and get it done. This is going to take me time. I'm just going to work at it slowly and work through, and yeah, we'll see how it looks. All right. So I'll be back shortly with more progress, as always. Okay, a bit more progress, and I had to slow down because I've realised I'm going to do the whole lot before I even blink my eye. It's quite easy. It's going on well. Just got to be very careful. Use a small brush and get around these little bits that you don't want to get it on. But it's come up really well. You can see the colour difference. Looking really nice there, and so I'm slowly working down here. Got a few bits and pieces around there. This will be easy doing the helicopter pad. Down in here might be a little bit tricky. There's a few bits to get to, but it's not running anywhere. I've got no problem with it going over the side of the ship or anything like that. So it's looking really good. And of course, don't forget, at the end of all this, we're going to put a clear coat over everything, and that'll be a flat clear coat. So that should smooth it out a little bit better too. But I'm happy with it. It's looking great. So I'll keep moving along, I guess, and keep working at it. Yeah, it's not hard. You just take your time, do it slowly, and beat in the spots and spread it out. If it gets a bit thick, a bit dark in one area, you just got to spread it out a little bit more, and it's easy to work with, really is. Okay, I'll be back again in a sec. Deck's all done. I'm just going to let that all dry overnight. There's a few little pieces in here that need to be done white. The stack, as I said, is going to be black. A few other parts white, so I'll go along with the paintbrush and touch those up. And then after a day, I'll leave it and probably just put a flat clear coat over everything just to smooth everything out. So looking very good. Looking at it from the side there. So we definitely got that deck looking a bit darker. So yeah, super happy. All right. So yeah, I'll tidy up here and come back, and there should be a few little white parts ready, touched up on there, and we'll see how that looks. And of course, the clear coat, I will probably do that after I put all the tower and everything's got to go on. So all these parts have got to go on their top yet. So yeah. Okay, back again soon. All right, welcome back. A bit more progress, as you can see. A few white spots on there now. We've done the top of this. These are all just drying. I've just finished them. Top of those, the top of this, all done. I've done the funnel, which is flat black. Done all that. That's come up really good. I've done the rocket that sits on the base of this. This whole piece still comes off anyway, but I've done the rocket. I'll show you. Hang on, I'll bring it across. Let's have a look. So we have, so there it is there. So I'll put that all attached on the bottom of there. That is still drying. And I've finally got the screw, as I should call it, in gold. And that is also still drying. So that's all ready to go on as well. So put that aside. Now there's a couple of antennas that go on this that I deliberately left off. They're still in here, so they wouldn't get damaged. They need to be painted, okay? And there's also one piece that sits here and comes up. That's in there as well. It stood up higher than these two, so that's why I left it off. They need to be painted as well, which is what I'm going to do next. And then once all these are dry, I think we'll come back and attach these. Our mask and our bridge and our radar, we'll get all that put on. All right, so back in a sec with that. Hey, welcome back. So let's see what we've got. I don't know if I've showed this before or not, but I've done the top of the smokestack. That's all done in the black. But I have put on this radar unit here. The bridge is now on. Just glued that down, letting that dry. All we need to put on now is this radar tower, which will go in here. And then, what is it? And then the main tower goes down over the back over here, I think. Just check. Let's see. Oh, actually it goes and sits in there. All right. So all of this big piece here, that's going to go on top. So that's good. I've done a little bit of touch-up paint. I put our missile on the bottom of the launcher there, the white one that's been painted white. Okay. I put the aerial on here, as well as the two that were sticking up on there. They're not going to get knocked off anymore. No chance of that happening. Gone along and touched up a few things, so it's all looking good. The screw, I won't be putting that on till the very, very end because it actually hangs lower than the rudder. So there's a good chance that that could get damaged or broken off. So I'll leave this until that'll be the last thing I slide on. So what I'm going to do now will be, obviously I'll put those pieces on now, and then I'm going to clear coat it. So I need to get flat clear across everything. That's going to take me a couple of days because of the way I've got to handle it and hold it and be very careful. So I'm going to get that all clear coat sprayed over the top, and that'll be fine. Of course, decals will come after the clear coat's all on and dried. But while that's all happening, I can start working on this. Okay, so these are the parts to the stand. So that's going to go under the ship where the holes were drilled. So that's going to go up under there. And then somewhere in the box, let me just find the name plaque for the ship. What do we got here? So we've got that, bases for it, and we've got this with all the raised lettering. So we've got to do some work on getting that all looking good. Okay, so I've got a few ideas. I've got some Posca pens and things like that to write over the top of that and get that coming up. I'm not sure of the colour yet. I'm thinking of doing it a wood brown and then do the lettering in either gold or maybe even a metallic. We'll see how those two blend together. These here will probably be brown along with the stands themselves. We'll do that all brown. Give it a sort of a wood-like appearance. All right. So, yeah, I'll come back and show you what it looks like with those towers on. All right. I'll be back shortly when I've done that. Okay, so there it is with the main tower on. Looking good. So it's now ready to, I'll let that glue dry, of course. Now I'm going to go over and do the clear coat on that. And that's it for the video. We'll have to watch next week, or when the next video comes out, the progress on the clear coating. We'll probably get the decals on in that. We might even finish the ship. We'll make a start on that name plaque, and we're getting close to done. So, yeah, fantastic. So thank you all for watching, and all being well, I'll see you in the next video. Okay? Cheers all. Bye for now.